My name is Rob. I'm an alcoholic, a gay alcoholic. I've experienced prejudice on both these fronts, and as it happens in my personal history, they have been closely, though not now, linked in the past. As a 70-year-old gay man, given my age, in my younger years I experienced all the typical expressions of prejudice, mostly from other men, that almost anyone in my position would have, with, I might add, no one to talk to about it, given the fact that it was the 1950s and 60s. And included fag jokes, which are incredibly varied and interesting sometimes, rude questions, I might say even voyeuristic, about my sexual activities and practices, the sort of questions that I don't think anyone would ever think of asking quote-unquote normal people. And it also had to deal with information given to me personally by a close friend who was there, that I had been dropped from consideration for a job that I really wanted, and which I had been doing on a part-time basis and had already demonstrated my capabilities to continue to do. My late husband of 36 years and I got sober together. We were entered treatment almost simultaneously, him in an outpatient program, myself in an inpatient program. And surprisingly, it was there in a clinical setting that we both encountered some of the most disturbing expressions of prejudice that I've ever had to listen to. And we were in, once we finished initial treatment, we were assigned to what was called an aftercare group, in which we, on our first session, we listened to comments like, how do I know I won't get AIDS from breathing the same air that you're breathing? And one individual who felt compelled to leave, stating as he left, I can't stand to be in the same room with you. And those are extreme cases. We were transferred to another, a little more educated and open-minded group, and we successfully completed a 2-year program, and we then became group facilitators ourselves for as long as the program had lasted. The experience that we had, not to pun a bit, but was sobering, and I think we were both really surprised to find that happening in such a setting, but happen it did. We got through it and moved on. Not being, speaking for myself, not being conventionally religious, it wasn't about forgiveness, and it certainly wasn't about forgetting, obviously, but it was about moving on. And we were able, in our new sobriety, to build an ordinary life and family together, and a home. And I believe this, as I have once said in the past, that there's truth in ordinariness, and that's where we found ours. I'm greatly encouraged by recent events in this area, and socially and politically speaking. I never thought I'd live today to see the day where we'd all be free to live in love as we chose. And as they say, it's not over till the fat lady sings. But as a recent acquaintance of mine has said in another context, I think I can hear her humming. That's all he wrote.